Okay, this is video 3. I want to say this one is called, I think it's called pre-launch, but pre-launch video number 3. Hang tight. No, this is question and answer. Sorry guys, this is live question and answer where he answers a lot of questions that you might even have yourself. So hang tight.
I'm in Kona, Hawaii, and it rained all night. So I am out on a wet deck right now. I'm just going to show you. There's
It is a little spotty right at first, but then it does get going. So just kind of, let's try it. See if we can fast forward a little bit.
So how's it going? Good to see you. See a couple. Do me a favor. Let me know who you are and where you're connecting from. Put that into the comments, and we're going to start this Q&A in just a moment. I did a training here in Hawaii. I see Ala. How you doing, buddy? Lindsay, Melantina. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm going to pull up some of the questions. I did a training on 2030 here in Hawaii for a company. So I want to talk to you about that. And I'm also going to answer your questions here. So I'm going to teach people to, it's funny when you start a new Facebook group, people got to kind of learn how to get connected and how to make sure that they're checking on it and all that stuff. But while people are connecting, how you doing, Tara and Michelle and Lindsay and Marissa? What's up, what's up, what's up? So I hope by now you've understood the value of doing a 20 and 30. And we're in this preparation phase. Preparation is really important for a whole bunch of emotional and physical reasons. So it's to kind of ease you in to the 20 and 30 process, okay? From that, we're going to start next Saturday. We're going to start the pre-launch phase, which we're going to be very powerful. You're going to actually start recruiting in pre-launch without working real hard. So also, we're going to be doing some things, just so you know. I'm going to be giving you some free training resources that you're going to be able to give to the people you recruit during this 20 and 30 campaign. Okay? So you're getting training, but you're going to be able to give every new person that signs up on your team some free training from me just for joining your team. So that's coming, and I'll be telling you more about that as we get closer. Lindsay recruited her first affiliate in this process today. So fantastic, wonderful, love that. So I'm gonna answer some of the questions that from the post I put up yesterday, and as I'm doing that, if you'll post your questions into the comments below, then I'll answer your questions, okay? And we'll go from there. Lindsay asked about onboarding for people who joined during 20 and 30. I wouldn't focus too much on onboarding right now. Lindsay, and here's why. I mean, obviously, since you just signed up one, you have to do something, right? You have to give them some assignments. So my recommendation to you for that is give them some videos to watch, give them some sites to check out, you know, come up with a little checklist, make sure that they use the products, make sure that they're getting connected, make sure that they register for the upcoming event, and, you know, just kind of a checklist of things to do, and let them know that you're in the middle of this campaign and you're going to be, you know, focused with them as soon as you get this campaign up and running. In the meantime, have them do some homework. That's what I would recommend. Part of the reason why 20 and 30 is so important to do it quickly, because what Lindsay's going to experience and what you're going to experience is, if you don't go fast, your team's going to start pulling on you. It's going to be harder and harder to recruit. Your existing people that signed up are going to start asking you for help, and, you know, help onboarding people and all that stuff. It's going to get harder and harder to recruit. So you got to do it fast. Go as fast as you can. Tiffany Morrissey asks, I have so many I've asked to check out my business in the past. How do we reintroduce without being pushy or sounding desperate? And again, we're going to talk about that as we move into these different areas. But Tiffany, let me just tell you how. The campaign actually gives you an opening to be able to say, you know, look, hey, let's just assume you've warmed this person up, and they've heard about your business before. You say, you know, look, listen, I've talked to you about the business before, and, you know, I understand at that time you weren't interested, and that's cool. But I'm in the middle of a campaign to, you know, I've learned a lot since the time I talked to you, and I'm in the middle of a campaign to kind of bring in the class of 2020 and to help them succeed fast. And when I thought of the most powerful people I could think of in my mind that would be a candidate for the ultimate team to put it together, I thought about you. So I don't know if your situation's changed, and I don't know if you're starting the new year different than what you started before, but I thought I'd at least reach out and see if you're open to taking a look, because I think the timing is extraordinary, and you can take advantage of it. So if I sent you a link, would you watch it? If I put you on a Zoom, would you check it out? If we got together for coffee, would you be open to that? If I let you try the product, would you experience the product? That type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So just let them know that because of this campaign, a window of opportunity is opened, and you thought you'd give them the opportunity because you don't know if their situation's changed. Make sense? All right. Kinsey asks, my company doesn't have an opportunity video as a tool to utilize. I'm planning to make my own this coming week to use during the 20 and 30 Blitz and to pass down to the people I recruit for them to use as a tool. My question is, do you have a better or alternative suggestion of how to overcome this obstacle other than making my own opportunity video to share? I love the idea of making your own. It's gonna, people are gonna view that. People are gonna see you as being a little bit more of a leader. If your company doesn't have a good tool, you can talk about your campaign. You can talk about the fact that you're bringing in this group. You talk about the fact that you've learned some things. You talk about the fact that timing's extraordinary, all of that stuff. So I love the fact that you're doing it. I made sizzle audios in the past. I've made sizzle videos, recorded messages, those different kinds of things. And it always helps. It's always a good idea. But if you don't have a video, what I would look around inside of your opportunity and determine what's working right now. Is it a Zoom call? Is it a face-to-face? Is it some company produced thing? Is it a live from your upline that you could use and share? Is it the product itself? I mean, what's working right now, and lean on that, whatever that thing is that's working. So I hope that helps. Kinsey, what is a good lead-in question for a new prospect? Amy asks, and I'll tell you, Amy, it's different for different people. We're going to talk a lot about how to approach people in the pre-launch days, starting this Saturday, and you're going to be pre-launching for 2 weeks. In that phase, and I'll tell you more about it on Saturday. But in that phase, you're going to be saying, "Hey, I haven't told everybody about this yet, but February 1st, I'm about to do something special, and I thought about people that I would kind of whisper about it before I do that launch on February 1st, and you came to mind. Would you like to take a look at it? Because what I'm going to do is going to be something pretty powerful. So, but I wanted to tell you before I tell everybody else that type of an approach. But it's kind of, Amy, it's kind of back to GoPro. I mean, first of all conversation is good. So if you start conversation, which hopefully you've done in the warming up of your list, your prospects, but if you can use direct, indirect, or super indirect approaches for different people. People who look up to you, you can use a direct approach. I thought about people that were powerful, and when I thought about who's really strong, I thought about you. When you said you wanted to get away from your job where you're serious, you're just getting around. Look, I've got a solution. Basically, that's a direct approach. An indirect approach is I need your opinion. I'm doing something special. I'm doing something powerful. I need your opinion, your advice, your insight, your wisdom. Check it out. Super indirect is, a lot of people. I'm doing this special thing to kick off 2020, and I know you're not a prospect, but I also know that you know a lot of people. So if you help me connect with some powerful people, I'll make it worth your time. Those are kind of generally the three. Xavius asks, what do you tell prospects when they ask, what do you do? I've used lots of different things. You can tie it around your product or service. I help people lose weight. I help people, experience better skin. I help people balance their bodies. I help whatever it happens to be. You tie it to your product. That's what you do. Generally, when it comes to business, because we're going to be talking about recruiting people into business, generally, I like to tell people that I help people go into business for themselves. Generally. What do? I help people become entrepreneurs. I help people go into business for themselves or start an additional business to create extra cash flow in their lives. Something in that range. If I'm feeling a little cheeky, then I'll say, I rescue people from desperate lives. I take people who are super unhappy with what they do for a living, and I help them find something that they love. All different kinds of things. So I don't know if that helps you. Masha Wagner asks, as far as setting appointments, do you tell them what you're going to tell them about the business opportunity, or you have a friendly meeting and bring it up at the end if they don't ask? Usually, I'm a big fan of pre-framing an interaction with somebody. Say, listen, there's something I want to show you. I want to get your opinion. I want to get your feedback. I'll I'm going to go through lots of different invite scripts as we get closer to the actual launch. But I like telling them, there's something I want to show you. There's something I need your opinion on. There's something I want to run by you. I'm involved in this project. I want to get your feedback. I like telling them that, number one. Number two, I like telling them it's quick. It's 10 minutes. I just want to run it by you. 10, 15 minutes type of deal. And then I always give them an out and say, it's probably not for you. It might be for you. It might not. you know, regardless of if you have an interest, I do want to get your opinion, that kind of thing. Okay. John Henry asks, what is a good approach for handling initial objections without sounding too aggressive? I'm going to go through this also in the training, but objections, there's a 4-step process that I'll just tell you quickly. Step 1 is to listen. They say you don't have time. Just try to make sure really what they're saying. They don't have time. They don't have the money. I'm not interested. You know, not a salesperson. I don't like network marketing. Is this network marketing? All that stuff. So listen, so you really understand what they're saying. Number 2, relate. What I mean by relate is you say, you know, I'm the same as you. I had that same thought too. I had the same objection too. I had the same mental process as I was taking a look at it. We're the same, you and me. Step 3 is to tell them a story, yours or others, and say, for example, somebody says, I don't have the time. You can ask maybe a few questions. Are you saying you don't have the time really, or this isn't worth your time, or you're feeling overwhelmed because of your lack of time right now in your life? What are you saying really? I mean, if there was a situation where you could make some money, would it be worth your time? Or truly, you know, you just launched a business, invested your entire family's savings into it, and you got to make it work, otherwise it's going to be disaster. What's the real situation? Okay, so when it comes to time, so and then they tell you whatever it is. You see, me too. When I first took a look at this, I was completely overwhelmed, et cetera, and then tell your story. Here's what I realized for me. Don't never tell them to figure out their life. Tell them what you had to figure out. Here's what I had to figure out for me is, if I didn't have time now, I was never going to have time. What was going to change? It was going to change my life and allow me to have more time in the future. If I didn't figure something out now, I was always going to have this problem, and I was always going to be stressed out. So for me, what I've realized that I could get creative, I could get scrappy, and I could carve some time out. And I found that I could do that. So step 4 is to ask the question, if I would you. If I could show you how to make the time work and make it worth your time, would you be willing to at least take the next step? See, most of the time you're not going to get a lot of objections unless somebody, you know, let's say you approach somebody and they say, I'm happy to go meet with you, talk with you, check anything, you know, sit down with you, so long as it's not about your company. Because I've, you know, you pounded on me before on that, right? So that's going to be the case for some of you. If you get that type of resistance, number 1, say, you know, look, if I made you feel uncomfortable in the past about my company, I apologize for that. I'm just excited. You know, I'm excited about something. I thought you might be excited about it. But regardless of if you're interested or not, I still would like to have coffee with you, connect with you, find out what's going on in your life, and then take the business out of it. Because if you're in a relationship with somebody, then they're going to find out what it is that you do anyway. You're going to have an opportunity to tell your story anyway, right? So just know that conversation is helpful. It will always work. Most of the time, you're not going to get a real objection until you actually connect with somebody, either face-to-face or with technology. Okay? How do you handle the ones that join at the beginning? Lucian asked, we're still in massive action. Give them assignments. Tell them to hold on, because you're bringing in the whole class, and you introduce them to the other people that you're bringing in as you do it. Anna asks, when we approach the stranger and have their phone number, should we keep the conversation constantly to build trust or wait for a while? You're talking about warming up your list, I'm guessing, Anna. And if you're warming up your list, just keep the conversation going. And later, when we start pre-launch and launch, you can say, you know, hey, I really enjoyed the conversation last week. It was great to connect with you, touch base with you, etc. And I've started a project, and I have had this crazy idea since we talked, that maybe it might fit for you. It might be, it might not, but would you at least want to take a look at it to see if there's a fit? That kind of thing. John Hickey asks, how many do I need to recruit to get a tea time with you and Harvey at Augusta? Ha! That's a tough one, brother. I tried to get Harvey, I tried to get my father, who's 78 years old, a tea time with me here with Harvey and Lou this year. Was not successful. But I'm still working on it. That's a tough one. I'm playing there March 8th through the 10th. 2 days, 63 holes for 2 days, staying there. It's super special. All right, Arno, how to keep in touch with prospects that we have spammed at the beginning because we didn't know what at that time that is not the thing to do. If somebody is running away from you, if you've made people uncomfortable, go and apologize to them. Use this preparation time to apologize to them. Hey, listen, I know I made you feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry I made you feel uncomfortable. That was not my intention. I was super excited. Please forgive me. And, you know, our relationship is not based upon whether or not you want to be a part of my business. Our relationship is based upon our relationship, business, and you know, if there's a fit at some point in the future, fantastic. But, you know, just give me a little grace because I didn't really know what I was doing when I started. So they'll open up the world to you. I have, Brett asks, I have so many contacts on my phone and many of them I can't even remember at all who they are. How do you contact them? I would send them a text message and said, hey, you're in my phone and I can't remember how we connected. Remind me, how did we connect? Just be straight up. Just shoot them a message. Do you remember? You know, say, I can't remember. Do you remember? How do we connect? Well, oh, we met at that party and you were that. Oh, yeah, got it. Okay. How's life? What's going on? What's happening? Thanks for the update. Just keep it light and fun, and be straight up with people. You know, if you went to school with them and you haven't talked to them in 15 years, just say, you know, hey, we went to school together. I haven't talked to you in 15 years. What's up? Pretty straightforward. Russell asks, when the company you represent is making your business very, very difficult with poor ambiguous communication, the channels of communication to reach them are inefficient. You are the CEO of your business. Your company is a service provider providing services to your people. Stop expecting them to grow your business. They're there to provide products. They're there to provide a compensation plan, rules and regulations. Let go of them having to do anything for you, or their communications sucks. A lot of companies' communication sucks. Just make sure your communication's great between you and your team. Okay, take charge. They're a service provider. They're going to have lots of inefficiencies, but you grow your business. Got it? Christine Wolf, our company starts people at customer until they have 2 people to join them. How to create a vision of the business. Christine Wolf, I love the fact that your company has everybody start a customer. Lovely, fantastic, amazing. I wish every company did that. But tell people right away, say, listen, I'm building a team of business builders that are gonna help expand the company in this market, this region, this country, whatever. And the process to become a business builder is everybody starts as a customer, you gotta get to people, and then you activate as a business builder. So come in and help me build, but here's the process for how people come in and do that. Same thing. Make sense? Roman asks, what do I do with contacts on my phone? The office numbers to different practices, attorneys, title companies, mortgage brokers, realtors, etc. Reach out to them and just say, you know, you're connected in my phone. If you don't remember how they're connected, that's fine. If you're connected because of some professional aspect, connect on a personal side and say, you know, hey, I have your information. You know, last time we we connected, you were doing this. What are you doing now? Start the conversation. Daphne asks, when warming up my list during Christmas, some contacts I haven't spoken to in years didn't respond. Should I just leave them alone from here on out and never contact them again? Or wait for a few months before trying again? Give them a little bit of a break, because most of the people who said Merry Christmas to me, I didn't respond to. Because you get barraged with a bunch of Christmas messages. And you don't know if it's a personal message or if it's some group, you pushed a button and said Merry Christmas to everybody you know. So give them a little bit of a break and just say, hey, I hope your holidays were great. Make it and send something personal instead of just the Merry Christmas. Hope the holidays were great. What's up with the kids? Ask a question, those types of things. Don't even be worried about the fact that they didn't respond to a Christmas message. Julia Bell asks the same thing. Customer equals a new member, which equals a new distributor. Am I trying to recruit new distributors or new business builders? Yes. The 2030 is not necessarily about bringing in 20 customers. It's about bringing in 20 people who have the intention of growing a business. Customers are going to be a byproduct of that. They're going to be an additional bonus. Luann asks, when my 20 say yes, which is a great way for you to phrase that, by the way, because your 20 is going to say yes. What do I do next? Get them all in a system that works. Don't be worried about too much. You got onboarding for crawlers, weekly Zoom, onboarding for runners, weekly Zoom, weekly business presentation with product education. You got your system online, methodical. I'm going to help you with systems. Don't worry about that too much when it comes to having a perfect system. In your 20 and 30, what I want you to kind of be prepared for is be okay with this being messy. Be okay with this being not perfect. Be okay with this being a little bit ugly while you figure it out. And also tell your 20 that you're bringing in. Say, look, my focus is to build the team. After the team is built, then we're going to go to phase 2, which is we're going to train this team. We're going to help them get started effectively. In the meantime, hang in there. Hang in there. Start tell them, start connecting with people. Start, warming up people on their list until I have time. I get the 20 in. Quicker I can do that, the quicker I can shift to helping you launch. And I'm going to give you lots of training on specifically how to do that. Okay. I have my list. Is it necessary to handwrite it? I have it on paper. It's not necessary to handwrite it, Celeste. I like it on paper. That's just my preference, though. Whatever works for you, whatever is efficient for you. Alfredo Herreras Rivas. 2 questions, maybe 3. I've started a list that goes to 35%, maybe a little more, and I have put it foreign people. I've not separated it. Should I start with the locals and then people from other cities or countries? Doesn't really matter. I mean, if you want to start with locals because you can reach out with them, that's fine. If you want to talk to people internationally, that's also fine. You got technology to be able to help you do when you can't do it face to face. You have days for locals, days for people. Don't overthink it. You're just going to try and find willing people, hungry people, coachable people. That's what you're looking to do. Do you recommend doing different things like taking courses on something to meet new people? Do you recommend doing it now? No, I don't want you studying anything but this right now. I don't want you reading a bunch of books right now. I don't want you going to a bunch of outside courses right now, learning new skills right now. I want you focused on bringing 20 people in 30 days, and don't let other things get in the way right now. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to go now to questions inside of the live from today. Tom McIntyre asked, hi, I said hello to one contact. He asked me if I was still doing my direct sales business. Do I just say yes and move into a plan? What I would say is, if somebody asks me, hey, you still doing the thing? I would say, oh my gosh, you wouldn't even believe it. It's so unbelievable. It's so incredible. It's so spectacular. I'm just blown away with what's going on inside of that business. Yes, I'm still doing that. What are you doing? What's up with you? And then start a conversation, see where it goes. Okay. Then you can come back into a proper invite. You remember when we talked about that thing? I have this crazy idea. Maybe you'd be part of this group. I'm coming in to help. It's not the best. Mute that, please. Trying to reconnect. Can you see me or no? Internet. You can see me? Okay, cool. It still says trying to reconnect. But you can hear me, right? Stupid internet. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. Let me know if you can hear me. You can see it getting out sometimes. But it says it's recording, so you'll be able to see it. All right, sorry. Hotel internet, the Four Seasons in Kona, Hawaii. They got to up their game. All right, let me see if I can answer some quickly here. So I think I answered the one. It's not letting me scroll up. Dang it. Do you celebrate new customers in the group as well as new distributors? Absolutely, celebrate them. If the conversation stops in which they read but don't answer, do I follow up? Is everything all right? Yeah, I would do that. Just like, hey, what's going on? How's your life? We were connected. We were talking before, etc. Find a few more questions. Here's what I will do. I'm going to answer the questions because this internet's funky. I'm going to answer your questions individually in the feed. It might take a little bit to do that because we're headed to the airport to fly back. But in the meantime, look, I'm proud of you for doing this. I'm proud of you for taking the step. I'm proud of you for going through the challenge and deciding that your business is important. I'm going to give you the training and the support necessary for you to make this happen. I want you to really believe that this is going to happen, that your 20 people are going to join and your life is going to change and your year is going to be amazing. Get solid there and just know that I've got your back and we're going to do this together. Okay. If you have people in your organization, make sure you tag them to this video so they can come in and see it. We'll let people know also, and I'll respond to your individual questions over the course of the next 24 hours. Okay. So I love you all. Sorry for the internet connection. Hotel internet got a little funky. But I'll talk to you soon. Okay. We'll be doing more Q&A as we move forward, but make sure you're doing your homework. Get ready for pre-launch, which it starts this next Saturday. All right. Love you all.
Okay, that is that video. Gonna go ahead and do the next one. So we're gonna stop recording. Stop recording.